Amazing thing that happened. I had such trust from the Oprah Show audience that Whitney did, I think it was her last show with us, and she had gone back on drugs. The first interview I did with her when we'd gone behind stage and I asked her about her intention, she was clean. But the day she came to my show then to perform in front of the audience, she was not, and she fell off of the stage.
So Oprah really went to the Cannes Lions Festival, took the stage, and decided that almost 15 years after the legendary Whitney Houston passed away, it was the perfect time to drop a massive bombshell about Whitney's 2009 appearance on the Oprah Winfrey Show, claiming that Whitney had relapsed, showed up high as a kite to the show, and literally fell off the stage before her performance. Then she literally tried to frame herself as the ultimate savior, bragging about how she begged the studio audience not to leak the footage or photos to protect Whitney's life.
I knew that if that story got out that she'd fallen off of the stage, that she would be destroyed by that. And so even though the audience was there and the audience had cameras, I begged them not to put those pictures out because it would ruin her life, and they did not.
But hold on a second. If you wanted to protect her so badly back then, why are you bringing it up now when she isn't even here to defend herself? Like, what was the reason, Oprah? And she said this just after Davis died? Interesting. By the way, we've had people who were there that day say that Whitney was not high.
Oprah had suggested that she had relapsed and the fall was due to her being high. Do you think that was the case?
No, I think the case was she didn't really know that stage. And when she walked out there, she stepped off of it, stepped off the end on to the next level.
Why would she lie like that? Like, Oprah, are you okay? Why are you trying to destroy Whitney's legacy? Gosh, no wonder Whitney made that spiritual appearance and made sure Oprah fell on that stage. That was Whitney, guys. That was Whitney. And y'all can't convince me otherwise. She knew Oprah would be talking behind her back and saying false things. Or were you high too, Oprah? Anyway, I know y'all have realized that so many people love to say things about Whitney. Some good, some bad. And I don't know whether people just do this to capitalize on her death, but there are quite a few books and films already. For starters, Whitney's mother, gospel legend Whitney Houston, released a memoir in 2013 titled Remembering Whitney: My Story of Love, Loss, and the Night the Music Stopped. In addition, Whitney's longtime friend and creative director Robin Crawford released her memorandum for the singer in 2020 titled A Song for You: My Life with Whitney Houston. Other than this, BB Winans also released a memoir about their friendship titled The Whitney I Knew, and in an interview with Essence, he revealed his reasoning behind the release, saying, "It was a way of embracing the pain. Knowing Whitney like I knew her, spending the time that I spent with her, it was just a unique relationship. In any relationship, if you invest, you'll become very close, and you know each other's strengths and weaknesses. You become so close that you can start a line, and the other person will finish it. That was the kind of relationship we had. I will miss her just like I miss my brother Ronald. I think of her every day, but thoughts of her bring a smile to my face because of the wonderful memories that we made over the years." There was also Kim Burrell, who revealed that she would be releasing a tell-all memoir on Whitney. While Kim said that she and Whitney promised each other they would never disclose certain details about their friendship while she was alive, Kim said she feels now is the time to let the public take a peek in.
I love your music, and I also love your relationship with fellow superstars. I mean, people are still talking about your storied sisterhood with the late, great Whitney Houston. We know what you gave her and advice you gave her during her time here. What message of love and life did she give you, Kim?
Oh my God, it is countless. I'm glad you mentioned it because I am finally getting that out. I'm writing a book, Whitney and Me. We had a life. Wow. You know, she was my sister, and it's always hard to talk about her. I miss her so very much, especially during the holidays. She was she was filled with laughter and so much joy. I miss her every day. You know, recently we just funeralized her precious mother. Yeah. And the only reason, you guys, that I am able to release this book.
Honey, even Whitney's former bodyguard revealed that he would be releasing a tell-all about Whitney. David Roberts, on whom the 1992 movie The Bodyguard was loosely based, opened up about his time protecting Whitney ahead of the release of his book, and even said that there was one evening when Whitney rested her head on his shoulder, and he was tempted to give up everything to change the nature of their relationship. While speaking to the Daily Mail, David also said that Whitney slipped him a note, which he cherishes to date. He said, "It was on a post-it note, and she pushed it under the door of my room at the Regency Hotel in Hong Kong in 1988. I still have it. It's rather faded with time, but still precious to me." I'm not sure what's with Whitney and handing people notes, but basically there have been just a bunch of different angles about Whitney's life. Mostly it's just been about her legacy and her impact. But the way Oprah talked about Whitney was honestly distasteful. Of first, people are dragging Oprah across every social media platform, calling her out as the ultimate opportunist, and saying that her revealing that information about Whitney feels incredibly messy and exploitative. Why wait until 2026 to air out this supposed dirty laundry? Is this just a classic case of using a late icon's trauma for a viral keynote moment? How is trashing a dead woman's legacy creative inspiration for a festival? Well, Whitney's estate, led by Pat Houston, did not let this slide, and they immediately shut Oprah's narrative down, calling Oprah's claims inaccurate and unfair. They pointed out how disgusting it is to attach Whitney's past addiction battles to every single thing she did, reminding everyone that what the audience actually saw that day was the product of pure discipline, immense talent, and commitment. Did Whitney fall? Yes, she did. But here is the real reason, according to Whitney's longtime personal bodyguard, Ray Watson. It was due to the darkness of the area and her unfamiliarity with the stage. And he also said that Whitney was absolutely not high. In fact, Ray Watson added that Whitney wasn't embarrassed at all. She actually just laughed it off as a clumsy mistake, and he would have tripped there too.
She was coming toward the front of the stage, and it's a drop off, and it's sort of like a dark spot there. So when she got to the edge, I think somebody told her, "Watch, be careful, watch it." And then she went down. But so we got to her, but she got up. Matter of fact, she made fun about it.
Ray did say that from Oprah's point of view, Oprah might have thought that she was high, but firmly maintains that Whitney was absolutely not under the influence, and added that as her bodyguard, he would know. Then, when asked if Oprah should apologize to Whitney's family and fans, Ray stated she should only do so if she genuinely feels that way. He emphasized that she shouldn't apologize just because other people are pressuring her to, saying, "Be truthful about it. Don't switch up or apologize if you don't really mean it." He, however, questioned why Oprah waited so many years to say this, emphasizing how unfair it is to bring it up now when Whitney is dead and gone, and even explained that he rarely does interviews or talks about Whitney publicly because she isn't here to back up or dispute anything he says.
She waited so many years before she said it. Well, why didn't you say it then? She's dead. She's gone. My sister gone.
Yeah.
So she can't say, "No, I know that. No, I wasn't. You might think I was, but I was not." She can't say that. That's my point.
Well, guess what? In addition, Whitney Houston's former hairstylist, Tiffany Dixon, also said that she was present during both days of the interview process and also defended Whitney. She strongly rejected Oprah's claim that Whitney fell because she was high and explicitly said she was not high. Not one day, not on either day. According to Tiffany, the fall happened because the production team failed to properly rope off or demarcate the stage. Instead, they used a black tarp for stage demarcation, and she was standing right there when Whitney fell. Tiffany also mentioned that Whitney didn't even want a glass of wine during those 2 days. She was simply drinking her tea and doing her routine, and she described Whitney as goofy and fun-loving, and attributes the accident entirely to the lack of safety warnings.
And she's saying that she fell because she was high is not the truth. She fell because they did not rope off the stage. They had a black tarp, demarcation of the stage and a tarp, and I was standing right there, and I swear to you, she fell like, whoa, and I ran, everybody ran to get her, you know what I mean? And then she's so goofy. When I say goofy, like fun-loving, is so not hurt so bad, but hurt because why didn't you guys rope that off? Why didn't you guys say don't go any further? than this right here.
Tiffany also said that Oprah instructed her staff not to show or share the footage of the fall. In fact, Oprah supposedly even threatened to fire anyone if the clip got out and made everyone sign NDAs. So for her, the hypocrisy of Oprah taking those measures back then, only to later come out and make false claims about Whitney being under the influence, is just crazy. Honestly, to a lot of people, it is just completely wrong on so many levels. Whitney Houston is one of the greatest voices to ever exist, and her legacy deserves to be protected, especially by people who claimed to be her friend. Dragging up a painful, alleged moment of vulnerability just to make yourself look like a saint who kept a secret while simultaneously exposing the secret? It makes no sense. But then again, we are talking about Oprah. Over the decades, she has developed a reputation for using her massive platform to aggressively dismantle or permanently alter the public legacies of iconic figures. Take Toni Braxton, for example, whom Oprah famously ambushed and publicly reprimanded during a 1998 interview regarding her bankruptcy, reducing her financial struggles to a question of Gucci flatware and leaving Toni completely humiliated forever.
Please welcome Toni Braxton! She was so freaking mean to me. I was in shock. Do you take responsibility for the situation that you're in right now? 100%. 100%? 100%. I couldn't believe it because I loved her so much. I admired her and looked up to her. And she pretty much reprimanded me. I read that you were upset about stories that your overspending caused this. She says to me, I hear you have Gucci flatware. I'm Oprah Winfrey and I don't have Gucci flatware. First of all, I didn't know Gucci made silverware. You ain't got Gucci flatware because you didn't want to buy it. It's not because you couldn't afford it. What do you mean? And immediately, she made me feel this big, this big. That moment completely changed my career. It made people look down on me.
Then there is Michael Jackson. After conducting his most watched interview at Neverland Ranch in 1993, Oprah later threw the full weight of her media empire behind the highly controversial Leaving Neverland documentary. And let me not even begin with someone like Monique. I mean, to a lot of people, this is just what Oprah does. So they are not really shocked. But what motive would she have to destroy Whitney's legacy like that? Baby, I'm still struggling to understand. But let me know what you think in the comments section below.